Welcome, everyone. Marilyn here, Stamping Creations with Marilyn, coming to you this Thursday evening with another Facebook Live, YouTube Live. And I hope that you've had a great day. I have. The sun was shining here in Spruce Grove for most of the afternoon, and I was able to go out and do a few errands. So it was great to be outside and enjoy the beautiful weather we are having. It's not overly warm. We had, I believe it was +2 or +3 today, but it's coming. The snow is melting, and we know spring is on its way. So, my question to you, as we're waiting for a few more to come on, I welcome everyone here, whether you've been here before or not. Welcome. I love seeing you come back. I love seeing that some of the familiar names, and we're going to have a great time creating a card similar to this one, as you can see here. So, I'm going to switch back to me just for a bit. And hello, Gail. Hello, Betty. I see you're both watching over on YouTube. That's great. It's a great community we have here, and I just love it. So as you come on, like I say, let us know where you're watching from. And my question, as you maybe can see that I typed in the comments, something new I'm trying to learn again, is let me know what color you were most disappointed to see on the retiring list. I'm guessing and assuming that all of you have seen the retiring list and went, oh my, look at this, or whatever. So maybe not even a color that you're disappointed in, but maybe there's a stamp set or a tool that you are disappointed in seeing go away. So as you're commenting on there, I see Karen, I see Linda. Good to see all of you. And I'm going to do my usual thing. I'm going to show you my new host code. This is a new one for April because we are at the end of the month. Excitement here at our house today. Nostalgia, actually, because our son, our eldest, turned 50 today. Hard to believe, right? When you look at me, hey? But he is away cruising and having a great time, and we're happy for him. And it's just been a wonderful 50 years. And I was going to say, I hope we can have 50 more, but I don't think that's possible for us. But anyway, it's a great day to celebrate. So, along with everything else, I will show you my classes again, just in case some are new, then you haven't heard of these. Zoom with Friends class on Friday. Wonderful, wonderful community that we have with many different people from all over. We share, we laugh, we create together, we support each other, and we create something different each week. We have a lot of different people who volunteer to instruct, and we really appreciate that. It's all different ideas and different ways to do things. And if you'd like to join, just let me know, and I will add you to my email list for that. Then I have 12 months of Christmas cards, the second Thursday of each month. Registration for April ends today. So if you want to get in on that and you haven't, be sure and look for my registration. Let me know if you need the link. I also have a monthly card class the third Thursday of each month, and registration will close 2 weeks prior to that. So those are my things. Just come back to the comments for a minute. Judy, Gail, Karen, very sad to see. Okay, let's just pop some of these on here so we can see them. Betty did pick up on the fact the Stamparatus has been being retired. So if you want it or any of the accessories for it, be sure and get them now. Judy's coming from Didsbury, too new to card making, so you have no concerns about what is leaving. It'll catch up to you pretty soon, Judy. You'll realize. Gail had a comment about Stamparatus as well. Yes, copyright issue. Yeah, there's something legal happening there. We're not sure what, but nothing we can do about it. A couple of die sets. And hello, Carmen. Good to see you. Carmen is my niece who joins us from Chicago, and I love seeing her name and comments each week. Thank you, Betty, for your comments there. And Linda, I know what you mean about time flying. My son will be 48. Yes. How did that happen? I don't know, because you and I didn't get any older, Linda, for sure, right? Okay, let me switch you over to my, no, let me switch you to this one first. Retiring, whoops, let me take that out of there. You don't need that in there anymore. Retiring colors. This is a graphic that someone had shared, and basically she had listed all of the color groups and circled the ones that were retiring. And I had asked you in the beginning what you are going to miss the most. And for me, if you can tell by looking at the background that I use, and if you've been around with my things for a while, you know this Pacific Point is my logo color, and my what's it called? The one that I use for all of my stuff. And I'm still going to keep using it because I like that blue. So, uh, okay, this is another comment on there, Karen. It's the layering circles and the stitch rectangle dies. Yes, yes, the retiring lists are out there, Karen. So I'm sure that we can mention whatever's retiring on there. A couple things that I was surprised at. The colors, I knew that there was a color refresh coming. I know that this happens every 5 years or so. So those, I mean, I'll live with it. I certainly will miss Pacific Point because it is my branding color. That's the word I was looking for. And I do like mint macaron, whatever, but I'll get used to the new ones. But the thing that I thought of you, Linda, as I noticed that Old Olive was still there. I presume that you noticed that as well. So good for that. But just I'm just going to pop back here so I can talk to you, not just at you. Couple things that I was surprised at, and actually, before I do that, let me do this. I have gone through the retiring lists. If you don't have them, they are two lists that we have shared out, one for the mini catalog and one for the larger catalog. And I did go through mine today. I'll just show you what I do with mine. Is I go through and mark in orange anything that's retiring. And most of the time you'll find all of the bundles retire. Sometimes the sets stay singular afterwards. I was very surprised to see fitting florets go out of here. And this one I love, and I haven't used it enough, so look out. I may be doing that. And this is the fitting florets. We finally had ovals that we could use, and now it's gone. So just kind of disappointing there. And I did the same thing with my annual catalog. You can see kind of glare there because I put a cover on mine and bind it each year, so it's easier to work with. But what I do is I highlight in yellow when I purchase it and in orange when it's being retired. And it's a very visual way of knowing what I've got and what I don't have, kind of thing, with it in my catalog. Of course, designer papers do retire almost all the time. We have had a couple instances where they've carried from the holiday catalog or one of the minis into the annual, but not this time that I've seen. We keep coming across things like, oh, did you know? The other thing I'd like to mention on the catalogs and with the new one coming, we have been told that there is going to be a price increase. So keep that in mind. If you have, I know I will be ordering some cardstock, some envelopes, some adhesive. I understand that this one is going up in price, and I think from comments that I've seen, most all of us use it lots. So just have a look and see. Just quickly looking at questions. comments. Again, most of you on here, or a lot of you on here, are demonstrators, so please feel free to answer if you know the answer. If not, at the end of this or tomorrow, I will go back through everything and I will comment and let you know. Hello, Ines, you made it tonight. Good. Good to see you. Anne Marie and Valerie and Diana. Awesome. So the only other thing I'll show you quick before I do the card is the front of the catalog. We cannot show you, even though we have access as demonstrators to the PDF and looking at all the new stuff and whatever's going to be inside it. It's so exciting. And if you want to be part of that, you're always welcome to join my team. And then you can get access to all of that almost immediately. But this is what the front of the catalog is going to look like. Love it. Got some new colors. Just bright. And don't look at these lines coming down because that's just my printer. But the whole idea is this is the new catalog. So the card we're going to make today is a short and slim card. I found on YouTube by Jenny Card Designs, and I thought that is so cute, and it's got a matching envelope. I'm going to make that. So I made this one. I'm using designer paper from the holiday mini, or no, the mini that we're just retiring, or will be retiring the end of the month, from the big pack that's in the back of it. So you can see. And the other thing I did, because I haven't used them enough, but they did carry over, they're not retired, is the dies for the letters, the long skinny letters. Alpha something, alphabet, no, alphabet is with the punch. Anyway, the alphabet dies. And if you want to see them, they're right handy here, I can grab them. And the other thing I did, which which I haven't used enough, and I didn't look if it carried retired, is we have adhesive sheets, not the adhesive sheets. These are adhesive dimensionals, okay? Not just the little ones that we use here, but these are actually sheets of it. So I took my designer paper, put it on a piece that it would allow for the letters, and then die cut them with that. So you can see, hopefully, a thickness there. And I just thought it made it pop up. It's the paper. I could have used it out of this piece of paper behind because it's not showing, but I didn't. And then I use these little embellishments. They come in 2 different sizes, 3 different colors. And I don't know if you can see, but in real life, I can see it was really white. So I took my blends. I think it might even have been the Mango Melody, the one that's retiring. And just flicked color on there. And I was really tickled with how it came out. And I made the envelope according to her instructions. So I'm going to show you how to do that as well. Have a piece of tear and tape on here for when I go to mail it. And a little strip of the designer paper there. So I think it is kind of a neat card. Thank you, Betty. Betty says, this is what this stamp set is called. Alphabet a la mode. And I've seen, if you, I know a number of you follow Lillian as well, and she did a card quite a while ago where she cut out the letters, but then she had the background that had all the holes where the letters were, for lack of a better description. And she used that as the background on a card. It was really a neat effect. So welcome, Kathy, Peggy, good to see you. Okay, so if there's nothing else that I really need to answer there, I am going to put that over there so I don't forget about it. I'm going to show you making that card only with different paper. So I'll give you the dimensions if you want to jot them down. I will put them in the description afterwards, but I didn't get there beforehand. And I'm going to use this paper today. So for the envelope, we'll start with a piece that is 9 by 8.5. On the 8.5 side, we're going to score it at 1 inch and 7.5. So we've got a 1 inch score line on either side. And on the 9-inch side, we're going to score at 2 and 6. And that's basically all you have to do. Then, going to cut out all of the corners, just so that it's easier to do our folds and not have extra bulk. And you definitely could do it with your paper trimmer if you desire. I love using these paper snips because they are the best, as most of you can attest to. And I did do the scoring on my scoreboard because even with designer paper, I find that it does a better job. And I am cutting, I don't know if you can see, there is like the line has thickness. I'm cutting on the, so I get the most cut out, I guess. This paper, in case anybody wants to know and doesn't know, is Hues of Happiness. And as I mentioned earlier, most of the designer paper does retire. So this will be on the retired list. If it doesn't sell out beforehand on Tuesday, it may be discounted. I didn't look that far. But if you don't have the list and you'd like a copy, let me know. And anybody on my email list should have got an email yesterday with a link to that and should be able to open it. Plus, there's lots of other people sharing those things as well. So, Ines, okay, just let me highlight this and we'll talk about this a little bit. Ines wants to know what's happening with the Stamparatus. As a couple others have mentioned on here, Ines, and I don't know if you were on in time to read that, but there is some kind of legal issue happening. And Stampin' Up, because they are always on top of things and aboard, not being sneaky about anything, they have decided to discontinue selling it. We don't know anything more than that, whether it's going to ever come back or not. The accessories for it right now, the magnets, I have ordered extra magnets just in case. There is a short or a grid paper that fits just in the Stamparatus. And there was something else that's available. Oh, the mat that goes underneath it. Just a second, I will. So your Stamparatus, of course, comes with 2 plates, and you can't buy any more plates anymore. I realized that here a few weeks ago. But this mat, to give you extra padding for photopolymer, and this only much cleaner, of course. These are the small grid papers. You can get those as well as the magnets that go on the back. And there's the number if you don't have one and you're looking for ordering one. I, touch wood, have had really good luck with the magnets. I haven't had any of them snap together and break. So do you buy all of those separate? Yes, you do, to Ines. Each, well, the magnets come as a set, but the rest of the pieces are separate. So you can find them in the current catalog and go ahead and get them that way. So, okay, we'll carry on. So once you've got these corners cut out, she, on her envelope, took her scissors and cut the corners. I would like mine to be, I'm going to try using this punch. So we'll see. So basically, you end up folding on the score lines you've made all the way around. And that's pretty well your envelope. I thought it was a real quick and easy. The larger side is going to be the bottom, so you're going to end up with it like this. And like I say, when she did it, and decide which side you want out, like there's no right or wrong for that. Now let's see if I can put that in here. Maybe not. Maybe I can't, because it won't. Okay. Not, well, it might work on the top pieces. Yes, it will work there. So can you see that? There's two little guides that guide it in so that your triangle cut off is going to be exactly that. So I am going to do that on my top flap. And then for these, I'm just going to get into that corner line and like that. And because I'm right-handed, okay, I see. Gail, yes. The Stamparatus does come with a set of magnets and a mat, but sometimes we need extra. Love the DSP. Ines, I'm not sure what this question is regarding. Is it the DSP? What size is it? Is it what I've cut? What size is it? If you can explain a little bit more, we'll certainly give you some answers. Because Linda had said, love the DSP. So easy enough to do what she did. This Jenny cards was just put her adhesive here. So that's what I'm going to do, because I don't want it way up there where it's not going to, where it's going to be in the way like this. And the envelope. Okay, I started with a piece that's 9 by 8.5, and I will put those dimensions in the heading of this video when I'm done. Okay, and then for the top, because I'm not going to have liquid glue available when I'm actually ready to send this, or whichever one of you with it is ready to send it, I'm just going to put a piece of Tear and tape, and there is the envelope. So this paper I chose, well, because I like the colors, but also I chose because you could write on it. If you had a, well, felt pen for sure, but any kind of pen, you would be able to write on it. So there's our envelope. Then we get to the card. And yes, I'm going to try and do this more often, because when you go back to read the comments, you don't know quite what people are commenting about. And I like the fact, Betty, yes, we use the Stamparatus most of the afternoon getting ready for a class. If you have to stamp a lot or stamp a lot of the same things, Stamparatus is wonderful. I actually have a video, I think I shared it not very long ago, on how to stamp multiples with die cuts and the Stamparatus. So, sorry. Now, let's get on to this. The card is 7 by 6. On the 7 side, you score it 3.5. So it's a 3 by 6 card when you're done. Okay. Then a little bit different than what she had, but I'm going to put a layer of which one of these? Gorgeous Grape. And it's just going to have a very fine border. And then I'm going to put another piece of this designer paper on top. The Gorgeous Grape is 5 1/4 by 2 3/4. And I think, just a minute, let me double check that, because no, back that up. It's 5 7/8 by 3 3/8. Just so it's got a very fine, very tiny border. And Betty says she was doing two-step stamping, and Stamparatus is awesome for that as well. So yes, um, because you can set up your plates. You get two plates with it. You can set up one with one stamp and one with the other, and you know they're always going to be lined up. So there is my card base, or my card stock on there. Then I'm going to add my designer paper, and I'm just going to use my regular glue, my liquid glue. And you could, of course, put it this way or this way, whichever. I am going to, and I find that I need to pick it up like that and look, but that's could be because of my old eyes, right? With aging eyes and whatever. Sometimes you can't see that well. So there basically is our card. Then I have a piece of the designer paper that I cut off of here just to make it the right size. I am going to put it on the inside with a little bit dab of color, and then I will be able to decorate it. So I know some of you really, really like purples and pinks, and like I said, as you can probably guess, kind of like blue colors, but these are good too. I don't have a problem using other colors. So there is my, you see I've got a little bit extra glue. I'm going to just kind of leave that open so it dries. Otherwise, I do have an eraser that I can take some of it off with. So then to decorate this, I have a case full of pieces. Do any of you do that? What do you do with your pieces like this? It's better to keep them in something like this so you can get at them. Okay, a question Ines has, will catalogs be coming soon? I believe they are mailed out on, somebody help me, I think it's like about the 10th of May or something. Each demonstrator, you are a demonstrator, right, Ines? Each demonstrator gets one mailed to them. If not, get a hold of your demonstrator and let them know that you would like one. And when we can order on the 4th, we can order catalogs. Yes, I store. Good, Valerie. Good to hear. Yeah. Any other ideas for how to store those pieces like that? Bonnie, you keep yours in a paper pumpkin box. Yeah, any kind of container. I happen to have a few of these cases from Stampin' Up. And as you can see, I have some clear envelopes. These are from the wheels on the motorcycle set. I did a class where I cut them out, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to keep those in case I want to use them. So for my greeting, I'm going to use a tag, which was in that box. And I'm going to use this stamp set, Friendship, Refresh the Soul. I just thought that was a really nice. And lately I've been certainly enjoying the friendships I have with family and everyone else. All of you. Don't know if you can see me stamping or if my head's in the way, but so there is my greeting that I'm going to put on. So I have that now. Then I took it, and I will put a ribbon in there because I happen to have one too. I want this to lay flat because I'm going to play. I've got all of these die cuts out of that paper, and I thought, okay, let's just try this and this, and this one I can use because I can tuck it under here. I can use another one over here. I can use a different colored one here. I can use a leaf up here, and then I'm going to attach my greeting here. So you don't have to do anything exact like anybody else did. I'm going to use some dimensionals on some of these, but I'm going to start with this one because of it being a partial one. Quite often, and you've seen me do this before, but if you have partial ones like this, don't throw them out. You can certainly use them on the edge inside or on the edge of your envelope. Wouldn't that look neat? The mailman would really wonder what we're doing. I have some great cards to show you afterwards. My team has been sending swap cards as well as birthday cards, and Linda's arrived yesterday with, she always makes her envelopes out of catalogs or wallpaper. I forget what else, Linda, designer paper. I guess, no, I wasn't fussy cutting. These were all cut with the dies. There's dies that go with this. So, yeah. So I'm going to just work away here. You guys keep chatting as well, and I will try to keep an eye on it in case there's anything I need to answer. If not, please let me know. What would you put on here? Do you have any favorite designs that you would say, oh, that I could use on there? Like, not this paper, but you could certainly do a card like this with the motorcycle paper I just talked about. I saw one today recently in my fun fold class. We did a sorry, can't think of do this at the same time. We did a waterfall card, and today as I was checking out Facebook posts, there was a waterfall card done sideways. Not, we had done it, how can I explain this? I'll just use this card. We had done it this way. This one she did this way, and she had it pulling out this way, and the motorcycle was going along many different designs of the motorcycle. It was really cute, really cute. Yeah, thank you, Linda. Yes. The the swap cards are so exciting to get in the mail. If you don't do any swaps and you would like to, just start looking for them, because there's various people that doesn't matter. Sometimes some of them have themes. For me, for my team, sorry, I'm busy trying to figure out what I'm doing here. I just want them to keep stamping. So the die from ginkgo or artistic could be smashing. Yes, Betty. It I don't have the ginkgo. I don't know if I have. Okay, so I'm just going to put, see what I'm doing? I'm putting dimensionals here where it's going to be lower, and then just a bit of glue on the top. And I'm not too worried about the flower being the right direction up or anything. This bouquet is, as you can see, I want a touch of green up there because there's a lot of purple happening. And there is my design. So hello, Sharon. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, and thank you for liking the card. So then I decided I would grab some of this. It is the sweet sorbet ribbon, but as you know, it looks just like pink to me. And note, this ribbon, all the colors in this ribbon do carry forward. They're not retired, which is wonderful for any of us who have them or who really like them and want to get more of it. So I'm going to, and I can never remember which way this has to go. Anybody that has a technique or has a rule for doing this, let me know, because I usually put it through and then think, no, I don't like the way it looks. I'll turn it around and do it the other way. So if you have a trick for how to remember that, Oh, I like that one. Okay. Um, thanks, Karen. Yeah, I just I I have so many ideas of things I would like to share that I really struggle with coming up with something that, well, and now I've got dimensional stuck there where maybe I don't want them. I think I'm going to just attach it that way. So I will have dimensionals on this end so that it lays pretty well straight. And then a little bit of glue on the other end. So let me know. My question for those of you who joined later was there anything on the retiring list that really you were really sorry to see go? Or were you okay with what was there and you will get along with as we always do with I don't have any purple ribbon. That probably would have been my choice if I did, but or even the blue. I like to keep the ends of my ribbon, and you can see I don't have a lot left there. Just attached with one of my sewing pins. So there is tonight's card, and I will. If there's anything else for sizes. Thanks, Karen. Glad you liked it. And the collection, Valerie says, the collection you're using, I have to get. The Hues of Happiness, and that one is in the big one, right? This is when I struggle, is this time of year when we've got things happening in every catalog, and this is retiring and that's retiring, and this is the paper, Hues of Happiness. Can't see it, can you? Because I've got this in the way. Where is it? There. Hues of Happiness, and it goes with the set. It's on 108, 109. So I'll just show you that quickly because then you will have an idea. Hues of Happiness collection is retiring. Stamp set's retiring. The bundle's retiring. The dies are as well. I just don't have them highlighted that way here. So you can see it is beautiful words, great design, cards to copy here, case. And like I said, the dies do cut out. Well, if you look at these, they cut all of these things. That's what the pinkish color means, is that there are dies to cut those out. And therefore, lots of these are in the papers. So you can get lots of use out of them. And I just had a number of them there. So if there's nothing else, let's try and see my screen here. I will share my email, and then we will do some draws, and I'll let you know who won last week's card, and we'll just keep crafting along. And this one will be for somebody this week. So, as I mentioned, this one came from Linda. Look at her envelope. Isn't that neat? And the card inside is the bunnies. She obviously got the punch before it was out of stock. Punched different designer paper, put it all over, and then used an embossing folder over top of it. Great design, Linda. Thank you so much. And it will be put in my shelf. I have one from Bonnie, and you'll notice they come like this to protect them in the mail because there's embellishments. And it's a shaker card. Have you ever made a shaker card? Are you interested in doing anything like that? Great card, Bonnie. Thank you. And that was a birthday card from Bonnie. So then I have Lori's. And this set, first came with this on top as well, because these are raised. She's die cut some of designer paper and die cut the layer, and therefore the color from the back shows through. And that one's a birthday card. So thank you, Lori. Great cards. This one is from Bonnie. A lot of Bonnie mail this week. I love it. She's decorated the envelope with a piece of the designer paper. And this one is her swap card. So she has used designer paper along here, Stamp Set Nature's Prints, designer paper here, and did it say crushed curry is the paper, and old olive. So how many of you did use a lot of Mango Melody? Is there anybody that's going to be really, really disappointed in that one? I know if you watched Joanne's video yesterday, she was saying that Mango Melody was one of her go-to ones, so she will be missing it for sure. Then I have a card that we did in my downline. My upline taught us this in our meeting, and then I taught it in my downline meeting. And it is a card like this. This particular one just has a base, it doesn't have an opening. And then this is a bookmark. So really a neat idea. I just loved it. So on my team meeting Tuesday, I made one with a base, and thinking of you, Karen, and it's still a little bit heavy to stand up, but different paper. This is the paper from the celebration. Same idea, just a cute bookmark that works like, oh, look at that. If you wanted to mark it, you could just do that with it, and it gives you kind of a pretty way to mark where you are. Someone, as we were doing it, she said, "Oh, I just fold the corners over." She said she wasn't in need of a bookmark, but anyway, sad about Mango Melody. Love shaker cards. Love shaker cards. I don't have one. I don't have. Ines, what don't you have? Just curious. Okay, let me see if I can get rid of that one. I'm going to switch back here. Nope, let me back that up. I want to show you first the card from last week that we made. Is that Flying Finch card? I put everybody's name, whether you watched early, late, or up until no, I did it today, up until about noon today. Whether you were on YouTube or Facebook, put your name in a draw. And this card, I haven't written it yet, but it was won by Catherine B. The wheel spun and you won it. So it will come in the mail to you. Now I'm going to, oh, the Mango Melody. Yes. Yeah. Lots of people are going to miss that one. Let me see if I can do this where I share my screen again, and I think I have to do this one. Yes, and then go here. Okay, it looks like, if this is working, can you see the, oops, that's not the right place. Let me know. I'm going to do the draw anyway. I'm hoping you can see it, and I have to get my paper so I can write on it and see. Whoops. Well, that's pretty silly. That's because I put a comment in there to begin with, so I will not be the winner. That's kind of okay. So you can see it, but you can see me as well. So good grief. I guess I won't be putting a comment in there again because that's going to keep happening. Carmen K. Okay. And as always, I'm going to do 5 of these because I still have lots of cards. And I am looking for a place to share those cards locally here. Karen. If anybody knows of a senior's place or whatever that might need cards, I would certainly love to share a bunch there as well. So isn't that interesting? Sharon. Okay, and one more. Sorry, ladies. I just thought it was kind of neat where it came up and said I could comment. I thought, well, I'll do this for you guys tonight. And Peggy, great. So congratulations to all of you. That is wonderful. I am going to now come back to you here so I can see you for a minute. And Ines, your name was on there. Yes. Yes, it was. Um, anyway, thank you. Let me know if there's anything I can do for the next one that you would like to see. And keep in touch if you have any questions on any of the retiring list, mainly the retiring list and whether things are available. I did have a customer order today, some of the stamping blends and the soft succulent were already gone. So they told us things like that would happen, and they were right. They certainly sold out quickly. So hang in there, enjoy your crafting, and let me know if you have any questions. Share what you make. Take care. Bye now.